am still Ingrid Abrams. This is still JP Porcaro, who's running for ALA president. And I have a 3-part question for you.
Okay.
Don't look so happy. If you could just sum it up in a few sentences, what would you say is wrong with the library profession right now? What do you plan to do as ALA president to fix it? And what is librarianship doing right now? All right, let's do this. What's wrong with the librarian profession? What is right with it? And what will you do to fix our problems? And highlight the things that we're doing well.
Okay,
That's from Jennifer Baker. Thank you, Jennifer.
Oh, wow. Yeah, the biggest thing that's wrong with us is, our leadership, our directors and such, really need to start really looking at themselves as much politicians as they look at themselves as librarians.
Are you talking about heads of ALA or heads of individual libraries?
Library directors, people in leadership positions,
Mm-hmm.
within the ALA even, but also specifically in library organizations.
Mm-hmm.
We are in a funding crisis right now, and what would really help is if we had a lot stronger, not saying stronger leadership, but having our leadership be stronger advocates for funding within, sort of those circles, those political circles that make those decisions. Because libraries, this will lead into the second thing. What are we really good at? We're really good at what we do, right? Librarians are really good at all of those things that we do as librarians, right? And that's why library use is up. You know that. You work in Central, right, for Brooklyn. You know that you have crazy busy days every day, and we're really great at what we do, and that's why people are coming in. The issue that goes back to the first part is that there's a few people that don't use us, and that's okay, but they also happen to be a lot of times the people who are making the funding decisions, and so you've got a disconnect there. So what we're doing bad is not making the connection there that we need to make to say, we're here, we're being used, we're important, and we need the funding that reflects the usage that we're getting, And so that leads us to the third part of the question, which is what can we do as the ALA? And the ALA is in a unique position, which would also actually address a couple of other older questions. ALA is the largest organization of us, so they're in a unique position to really do, I keep saying initiative, to do something that focuses on how great we are as librarians. I'm not talking libraries as an institution, as a box, as a building. I'm talking about us, the people that make up the libraries, the library workers, the credentialed librarians, all of us who interact with the public, making us more valued in the community. Because, the people that come in value us. But we really need something more to be like, getting the word out about our value. Because that's what the police unions do, that's what the fire unions do, all the publicly funded unions are all out there saying, we're here, we're important, don't cut us. Mm-hmm. We're just as important as a lot of these other public entities. What we need is, something that says we're here, we're important, and just to be clear, I'm not talking about direct advocacy. That's what the ALA APA is for, and you can Google that. That's a separate thing altogether. I'm just talking about value for library workers, value for librarians in general, would really help us in the future solve, our current problems.
So, I agree. I think librarians, we're very good at what we do. We're highly passionate. We're typically underpaid, but we overwork, often by our own free will. We choose to be overworkers, yet we have a major image problem. And remember that article that came out, What's a Library? The Man Who Lived Over the MoMA.
I just linked to that to one of my friends because you wrote something about it on your blog, right?
I did.
And so when I Googled it, your blog came up and I linked somebody to it. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what it is. You have a really small percentage of white men. Oh, I'm interrupting you. See, here I'm doing it myself. But yeah, I'm agreeing with you.
But, so there's that guy, Michael Rosenfeld. He promised a visit to Brooklyn Public Library, and he still has not showed up. But he lives very close, and I know he can take a cab to come see me, because he can afford it. And so there was him, and then there was the man who wrote that everyone in England should just get rid of the libraries, and they should get Amazon Kindle subscriptions. So, these are very loud, very well-spoken, very well-connected, rich white men who don't use the library. And why are they so much louder than us, who actually know about libraries and know how they work and know what we offer?
And that's exactly what my initiative, if I was to win, would address. We need a voice. We need to be loud about it. I'm not talking about advocacy. I'm talking about the voice, exactly what you're talking about. Because we are used by a lot of people. This isn't a thing where the people that you mentioned are correct. They're incorrect. They're the ones...
They don't research anything,
well,
but they
probably
quite
they're out of touch, and we are not out of touch. What
Mm-hmm.
we're out of touch with is, sort of marketing ourselves or something like that. So that's very important to me, and that's the data that I talked about during the school librarian question, again, addresses that.
All right, so that was a question from Jennifer Baker. Thanks, Jennifer.